Hello everyone, welcome to Barca News. It is August 10th, 2024 and Barcelona are currently searching for a new team for Vitor Roque. Also, the club are working on the registration of Pau Victor. And finally, the club have set a deadline for when the Nico Williams pursuit will end. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Mo, and before we begin with the news, just a quick reminder to make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment. All of this helps this channel continue to grow. Also, if you are looking for any Barcelona jerseys or merchandise, make sure you head to GoKit, Skipback, or Fanatics. And if you are looking to place any sports bets, make sure you head to Bet Us. All links are down below in the description. Now begin with the news that Barcelona are reportedly looking for a new club for Vitor Roque. Now, Vitor Roque failed to impress Hansi Flick during the preseason, and with the huge rise of Pau Victor, he has definitely fallen down the ladder or fallen down the ranks of the preferred strikers for the German coach. And as such, Barcelona are now looking for a new club or a new destination for the Brazilian player. Now, despite Barcelona wanting to offload Vitor Roque during this summer, it's reported that they don't want to completely cut any ties with Vitor Roque. They still want to maintain control over the future of the player. And as such, it's reported that Barcelona are looking for a loan destination. They prefer to loan Vitor Roque somewhere else so he can get more minutes. He can continue his adaptation to European football. And who knows, maybe he does end up living up to the expectation that the club had of him when they signed him. And then he can come back to Barcelona, you know, a made player or a player that's ready to play for the first team. Now, so far, Vitor Roque is insisting on staying in Barcelona. Barcelona just met with his agent, Andre Curie. I'm sure there's still going to be more discussions with the player's agent to see what kind of solution all parties can arrive to, and that could be satisfactory to all of them as well. Now, speaking of strikers and speaking of Pau Victor, since I did just mention his name, it's reported that Barcelona are currently looking for solutions in order to register the player. Now, Barcelona just signed Pau Victor this summer for close to 3 million euros from Girona. He completely impressed during the preseason. He has impressed both Hansi Flick and also the board of directors, and as such, the club have informed Pau Victor that they want him to be on the first team. They want him to be Lewandowski's substitute and eventually maybe even the starting number 9 for the first team. However, Barcelona have yet to register the contract of the player, and they have already started working on this because Barcelona do need to offload players before they can register the contract of Pau Victor. Now, if Barcelona cannot register the contract of Pau Victor by the last week of August, they are considering two solutions. The number one solution will be to send him out on loan to another team. That way he doesn't spend the whole season on the bench. Or the second alternative would be to register him as a Barca Athletic player. This would be a lot more difficult given the player's age. But for now, the number one priority is, of course, to register the player. Barcelona want Pau Victor on the first team. They're going to continue working on registering him. And then, worst case scenario, they'll consider either the loan or register him as a Barca Athletic player. Which goes to my point, which I know a lot of people don't agree with me. And when I said, why is Barcelona signing Dani Olmo? Again, not because I have anything against Dani Olmo. I think Dani Olmo is a great player. But why are we spending 60 million on a player that we do not need in a position that's covered? Here's another reason why we shouldn't have signed Dani Olmo, because we don't even have space on the wage bill to sign someone who we do need, which is Pau Victor, to be a substitute of Lewandowski. But instead, we're going to have to pull miracles because we just signed a player that for a position that we don't need, and that we're also going to have to figure out how to register him. Anyways, more news because Barcelona have reportedly set a deadline by which they will end the pursuit of Nico Williams. Now, as I reported in yesterday's podcast, Joan Laporta is still very optimistic that he could sign Nico Williams. In fact, him and the people very close to him are still optimistic that Nico Williams will be able to come to Barcelona. Other people in the board of directors are not so optimistic, including me, even though I'm not really on the board of directors, but I'm not as optimistic as Laporta is. And given John Laporta's optimism, he's in fact taken over this operation. It's no longer in the hands of Deco. John Laporta is the one now running this operation to try to sign Nico Williams, because according to the Barcelona president, since Nico Williams has not told Barcelona no, has not picked up the phone and said, I'm not coming, and Laporta still thinks that there's a chance to sign Nico Williams. Now, Barcelona have been in contact with the player's agent in the past few days. They have let him know that the club are still interested in him, that the club are still ready to sign him, and that they do have the money in place to pay that release clause. However, they have also let the agent know that Barcelona are not going to wait until the last day of the market. They're not going to wait until August 30th. And that the deadline to figure all of this out would be this Thursday. So by this Thursday, Barcelona want to know with a better or more clarity on whether Nico Williams will for sure be staying at the Club de Bilbao or if he wants to come to Barcelona, because after all, if Barcelona cannot sign Nico Williams, it's reported that they still want to sign a left winger. So that is why they cannot wait until the last day of the market. They still want Nico. They're still interested in Nico. They have let him know, but they're only going to wait until Thursday, because if Nico does not come, they want to have enough time to go to the market to try to look for a new option to sign for the left wing, because of course there's no one in that position, which does beg the question, then why did Barcelona sign Dani Olmo? I still don't understand. Maybe you guys do, so let me know down below. Now, it appears that the reason why Joan Laporta is so adamant on signing Nico Williams and why he has taken matters into his own hands is because this is the second to last year in his term. Therefore, you know, he wants to be able next year when he needs to start, you know, campaigning for re-election. He wants to be able to look back and say, look, I brought Nico, Dani Olmo, Lamine Yamal. We have, you know, this trident that won the Euros as the Barcelona's attack. So he believes that this could be a good way to kind of convince the public to re-elect him. Plus the fact that Laporta also thinks that Nico Williams is a great player and that he would do greatly at Barcelona. Anyways, let's end this video with the news that Barcelona have a new promising player currently training with Barca Athletic, and that player is Ibrahim Balde. He's a 19-year-old Senegalese right back who Barcelona are currently trying out with Barca Athletic. Well, it's reported that he's an incredibly promising defender. We'll see how he will do during his tryouts. Of course, I will be keeping track, so as soon as we have more updates, I will let you know on whether Ibrahim Balde will be able to convince Barcelona or at least impress at Barcelona, and whether Barcelona will decide to keep him on their reserve team. By the way, I really like that training shirt that Ibrahim Balde has on in this picture, that yellow with gold. I really like that. But anyways, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment. I uploaded a video earlier today. I'm going to upload a third one. Yes, you heard that correctly. 3 videos in one day because there's lots of news. So stay tuned to the channel and I will see you in the next one. And as always, Visca Barça.